What is going on, Aries? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So for those of you who are returning, what is up, Soul Tribe? I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares, keeping this guy coming back and keeping us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now what I'm going to be doing this week is a tarot card reading for the week of November 29th through December 5th. It's almost December. And for those of, and just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. I've cleansed your space. We're in a brand new space. Things are looking up, Aries. And we're doing things so fresh. I bet you thought I was pulling 15 cards, didn't you? Nope. Changing it up. We're talking business today. And I'm going to be pulling 10 cards for those, 10 cards of those. Wow, let's try again. I'm too excited. 10 cards plus a surprise card at the end, because who doesn't love a good surprise card? But yeah, this is going to be a spread for business, whether you're starting up a business, partnering up with someone, climbing that social ladder. We're just trying to make a mogul out of you, Aries. So, and and in case you wanted to know, I'm using, even the deck I'm using is new. It's going to be the Astro Matrix Tarot deck. It's like a modern and kind of diverse version of the, well, kind of very diverse version of the Rider-Waite deck. So hopefully you enjoyed this as well. But let's get into this thing, Aries. Now, Higher Self, what is going to be, the first card is going to represent the current situation for you, Aries. So Higher Self, what is the current situation for Aries right now? Where is Aries at on their journey? Oof. Aries, that's what I'm talking about. Wheel of Fortune. We are trying to discover our destiny and trying to figure out, get abundance in all that it requires. You know, the Wheel of Fortune for me is about, it's about getting that legacy. And it's about really kind of showing that phases of going through, you know, because you got, this is you up top here when you've gotten to that kingly state up there, that empress energy, you know, however, this isn't a gender specific reading, but whenever you reach the top, and it really kind of focuses on that cycle of success, you know, so there's going to be where we're feeling great, and then there'll be times we're going to have to adapt and adjust to things, you know, and keep up with the time. So I feel like your current situation is really trying to shape your, kind of figure out what you want to do and what kind of, I'm getting like footprint that you want to leave on the world here. This is, look at you, lofty. I like that. So I feel like with this, you know, maybe we're getting ready to get into like a solo thing and really build something up, or maybe you're getting ready to collaborate. But either way, this kind of stuff here, Aries, I wouldn't expect anything less from the initiator. This is good stuff. All right, Aries, let's see what the challenge is going to be with this, you know, because with lofty dreams are going to come some challenges. So let's see what's cooking. Higher Self, what current challenge can Aries expect with achieving this? Yeah. All right. So the challenge is the Page of Cups in reverse. And you know what? Depending on where we're at, that makes sense. Because the Page of Cups is, when it's in reverse, it's about opening ourselves up to all the opportunities and really kind of keeping in, not even just an open mind, but an open heart to this. You know, realizing, you know, what is it that's resonating with you, what's speaking to you, and then finding the different avenues that's available to you. Because this, let me put it up right here, because you have this mermaid here that's in the middle of this ocean, just surrounded by opportunities. And there's this fish popping out that's kind of, it's almost like kind of indicates like the curiosity, like, hey, what is out there, you know, and how can we make the most of this energy surrounding us here? So I feel like something that's really, and this is really going to help in business, because if you can be someone who is not only like a trailblazer and initiator, but you're also like a trendsetter, because this is kind of energy that is going to require you to be adaptable, to kind of be able to feel the flow of where the we'll call it the soul tribe. I'm talking worldwide, you know, because we're dreaming big, Aries. I'm not selling your dream short. You know, you'll be able to feel how the energies are, how they're responding to what you're going to do, and be able to stay ahead of the competition. And not even, I feel like, you know, competition, but that's just kind of what I'm getting with this energy here. You know, I feel like you're getting ready to, so if we can figure out how to take what we feel, because he's got earth and water in his chart, we could take what we feel and then ground that into this reality here, or ground this in this wheel of fortune here. Psh, there ain't nothing you won't be able to do, Aries. You will be a force. And I'm so with it. Bet you I'm gonna come find you when you get that thing off the ground. Don't forget about me when you're famous. Now, let's see where Aries can kind of find some help with this, because maybe this is something if you're thinking about going solo, maybe if you're not looking for a partner, at least looking for some advice. But let's see where Aries can find some help in this situation. Higher self, where can Aries find assistance in achieving their lofty dream? Nine of Cups. All right, I like that. So the Nine of Cups for me is a card of being like, normally for me it's a card of happiness, but really I feel like with how with this energy here, it's about kind of being in control of that happiness. You know, it's not like, I feel like sometimes, you know, when you've built stuff up and, you know, you get to, you know, you're starting to get towards your end game and really starting to get that growth, you know, because you got a lot of Jupiter energy here. This is Jupiter in Pisces, and then the Wheel of Fortune represents Jupiter. You know, some people can look at this and feel like, oh, maybe this is, you know, oh, look at Aries, they're so lucky, you know, this thing seemed to work for them. And Aries, I don't feel like it's just luck. I feel like this is you taking control of that. I'm getting really kind of Queen of Pentacles vibes, because when I talk about her superpower is kind of like she does that. She doesn't feel luck, she feels the energy, and then she works with it, and then she manifests, and then she creates her own luck in a sense. You know, that way it's not like something she's just waiting for the universe to hand down. The universe is already presenting this stuff. She's just pulling it to the ground, and that's where I'm getting. Let's get a little more clarification on that higher self, because I do feel like it's going to come, this is going to come from within right here, but let's get a little more clarification on that. Higher self, can we clarify where Aries is going to get some help? What, yeah, okay. Okay, I dig that. So we got nine of Pentacles in reverse. And I know I don't dig the fact that it's in reverse, but where you're going to find some help is being resourceful. I feel like it is going to, you're going to, not that you can't reach out for assistance, but I feel like it is going to require you to take the lead on this. And, you know, if this is something that in which, again, you wrote the book on taking the lead, Aries, you're the start of the zodiac. So I feel like if this is something where we're feeling a little nervous, we're feeling unsure, let's turn that uncertainty into excitement, you know, because I get having nerves, but let's just give it a try. See what happens when you try to, you know, shift that mindset there, because it's going to, you know, someone had, and I feel like this is going to apply to you. I'd heard someone say this not too long ago, for an emperor, because you are the emperor. I know none of these cards are here, but this is the vibes that I'm getting. You know, with an emperor, the emperor uses fear as motivation. You know, that's fear drives him. And that's to say that, you know, of course, even the emperor gets scared, but it's not scared of like, oh my gosh, like it's not like crippling fear. It's like okay, I'm feeling this, let's get a game plan. And that's where I feel like it's coming with you, Aries. That's really gonna help you channel that emperor energy, because that's all you all day, baby. So let's do it. Now, let's get into some long-term goals here. Higher self, what are some long-term goals for Aries? What does Aries expect in the long term here? Okay, nice. Justice, balance. I dig that. And that's good. You know, and I feel like too, in the long term, not that this is something that you're planning on, but I do feel like this is something to be aware of. Make sure that when we're starting this thing up here, especially if you're starting, you're kind of going solo on this and still kind of figuring things out, make sure that you got all your kind of legal stuff in order, you know, because the Justice card can have to deal with that too. But more than that, this is Libra's card here. And so I feel like it is going to, long-term goal, I feel like is finding that balance, not between, I'm getting kind of like between your work and your like, you know, kind of like fun life, but really, really finding that balance, and you're making sure that you love this thing. You're putting in this work because you love it, and making sure that it's not coming in from like a I'm doing this thing just to like amass stuff, or I'm just trying to take and not give anything back. So finding that balance, I think I want a little more clarification on that. Higher self, could we have some clarification on Aries' long-term goal there? Where do they need balance? Is there some kind of karma that's coming their way? Okay, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I feel like with your long-term goal, I feel like it's keeping that, and which is, it's weird that I would feel like I'd have to tell Aries that, but just, hey, let's talk about it. Because the Page of Pentacles is in reverse. I feel like it's not necessarily not keeping, how do I want to put this? When you start this thing, I feel like it's going to be about making sure that we're keeping our expectations grounded. And not to say that you should sell yourself short, but because this is lofty. This is absolutely lofty. And they're going to be, maybe we may not hit our mark every time, but keeping that Page of Pentacles motivation, like this is still your baby here, and we're going to put in this work, because this goat rack here, I like to think represents kind of like Capricorn, sort of like that tendency to persevere, to manifest their stuff and bring it down to the material world here. So I feel like this is something, when we're hitting those, if we're not hitting our mark like we thought I would, to not let that kind of like deter our drive, keep that going. Because, we may be thinking about, we got a family to feed over here. You got little pigs and some piglets over here. So, whatever your motivation for this thing is here, keep that in mind. Man, that might be something to do here soon when you're not feeling like, man, this is really arduous. I didn't plan for all this work. Think about what got your heart in this in the first place. Are you trying to build a better life for your family? Are you trying to get yourself some fulfillment, leave your mark on the world? Whatever that motivation is, I feel like keeping that balance when things get tough, remembering that you still, what is driving you. Let's stay grounded in this feels. It's okay to feel that way, but when we've accepted it, because this girl's got Earth in her chart all day. Let's keep that energy grounded, and I feel like we're going to be in good shape, Aries. Now let's get to the short-term goals here. What are some short-term goals for Aries? Let's see what's going on. Higher self, what are some short-term goals for Aries? And thank you for this, higher self. This is it's good stuff so far. I like where Aries is going. I love where Aries is going. Queen of Cups upright. This is Cancerian energy, and she's my favorite queen. I'm partway biased just because I'm a Cancer. But yes, Queen of Cups, short-term goal is, you know what? It's about I feel like it's about getting that wisdom, and really about, well, that's what the Queen of Cups is about. But I feel like with your short-term goal, I feel like you're trying to get like an understanding of how do I want to put this? Because, I love that the Queen of Cups popped up for this. I feel like with the Queen of Cups here, I feel like maybe we're trying to, there's someone we're trying to emulate here. Maybe there's like a role model that you have, that you're using as a marker, because the Queen of Cups for me is someone she's a more, of the queens, she's the most mature of the queens. She has a lot of wisdom here. And the thing with Cancers is that one of the generalizations is that we have, because of our nurturing nature and all of that, our experiences, we're rooted in the past, and that kind of shapes our how we instinctually move through the present. But I'm feeling that maybe you're looking up to someone, or your short-term goal is to kind of starting to emulate someone who you find is wise, who embodies this Queen of Cups energy here. And you're trying to get to that place of calmness and of mastery, in the sense of like, because her mastery is very different. She's honestly, as far as like, she's very intuitive and very in touch with her emotions. She holds them very near and dear. And she's honestly up there for me with the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Let's get a little bit more clarification on the Queen of Cups. I am kind of curious about that. Can we have some clarification on the short-term goal? Is this a person that they're looking up to? Because that's what I'm getting with this Queen of Cups energy is here. We're trying to emulate someone who we find is wise. Okay. Four of Swords upright. So with the clarification on that, normally this is a card of, you know what? I feel like with this, because now we're getting more Jupiter, and we got strong Jupiter and Libra energy here. So I feel like if you're trying to emulate someone, there is going to be, when you're going to do this, realize that this person you're trying to emulate and yourself are on two different paths, and how they may crank out, it may be different how you crank out. So I feel like with this popping up, when you're trying to emulate this person, and if this is your short-term goal, make sure that we're taking time. We're setting, I don't want to say that you can't keep up with this person, or you might be able to exceed this person, but making, in like how you're approaching this stuff, whatever that hunger is. But I feel like it's about staying true to yourself and realizing your, kind of being aware of your limits in a sense. And not in the fact that it's like you can't do something. It's like, okay, on this day I tried pushing this hard and I'm exhausted. But when I pulled back a little bit, I was able, sure, I had to break the day up a little bit differently, but I was more efficient in it. And I was able to move through stuff with ease. I was able to feel this stuff out and really kind of navigate that and make the most of my energy. So that's what I feel. Thank you, higher self. I feel like with that, when we're trying to emulate this person, let's just be a mind of our limitations there. And while we're talking about limitations, let's talk about some strengths here. So higher self, what are some strengths that Aries is bringing to the table? Let's see what you're bringing, Aries, because I like this. This is very, all right. All right, we're going to talk about it. Look at you. You didn't even give me a chance. Ace of Pentacles upright. And that is, I like that this is your strength here, because now we're getting somewhere. Hopefully this is just like we're starting to realize that. It's like, oh, that's where I've been kind of lacking. And you're like, look at you, such a fast learner, Aries. And but this is the Ace of Pentacles is about, kind of realizing when the universe is presenting that opportunity and going out and seizing it, and not even just seizing it, but tending to it, because aces are big opportunities here. Remember, we got Wheel of Fortune vibes, Wheel of Fortune, and we got all kinds of we got at least 3 Jupiter cards here, so fortune is looking good. But it's also about, since you're trying to really build something long lasting, it's about making sure to tend to this stuff too, because Ace of Pentacles should be nurtured. And if this, this is something that we really care about here. Make sure that we're aiming for that mountain in the background. That's where we're trying to build here. That's your Wheel of Fortune in the distance. But I like that. Making sure to take care of your resources. That's look at you, Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Now let's see what weaknesses that we might be what I know we call weaknesses, but strengths waiting to be discovered. Let's see what we're working with. What are some weaknesses that Aries might be dealing with in getting this business? Because so far you're very practical. I like how you're it's a very practical reading. I dig this. The Hermit in reverse. So just kind of like how with this Page of Cups, being open to new opportunities, I feel like we need to also kind of take this time to find ourselves in this. I get wanting to, not that I feel like you're trying to like copy someone here when I was talking about this Queen of Cups, but I do feel like it's going to be important, to make sure that we're finding our light within, to not forget who we are at the end of the day. You got this guy out here and he's kind of shining his light. Everything's on in this sort of like in this darkness, and he's trying to find himself. So I feel like with this being in reverse, we just need to take some time and make sure we're staying true to our dream, and then, you know, making that, finding our light and then shining that through in, you know, shining it first through in you, and then, you know, and then letting that light shine throughout the world. But I do feel like that's a great strength waiting to be discovered. But yeah, let's take some time, you know, while we're on this grind, whenever you can, maybe do some meditation, maybe do some journaling, you know, however it is, to just kind of get a better idea of what you're working with, Aries. Now, what should Aries, let's go on to the next card here. What should Aries focus on in the present, higher self? What are some things that Aries should be focusing on in the present? Thank you, higher self. Let's see what's going on here. I know we're going to keep doing that one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Nine of Swords upright. So, with the Nine of Swords upright, this is about, you know, maybe for some of us, this is, maybe, because the Nine of Swords is kind of intense energy here. Because this is sort of about being stuck, you know, thinking that things are kind of this, thinking things that are way worse than they actually are. And that's not to diminish your situation, but is there a way that can we, because you get to this point, this person here is bothered by whatever this situation is so much they can't even get any sleep anymore. When they wake up, they think they're in a graveyard. We're getting to this point where we can't ignore whatever this energy is. So I feel like we're going to get some clarification on that, but I feel like with this, whatever, if there are any type of fears, any type of things where you feel like you can't achieve this, or if there's something going on currently that's, how do I want to put this? Okay, I said fears for that, but if there's something currently going on that's kind of, you're trying to do this thing, but you have some life stuff that are, you know, that's kind of knocking at your door, make sure that you're dealing with this, because that is, this will find a way to bleed into this, because you remember, if I talk, you know, if you had any kind of mindfulness cards with me, you let this stuff fester, it is going to creep into your world. But could we have a little more clarification on that? What is this going to be for business that Aries is on? Is this some kind of outside influence? Let's see. Let's get a little more clarification on the Nine of Swords here. Thank you, higher self. The Tower. I got it. So this is, we're going through, I see. So we must be, yeah, because you got double Mars energy here. Yeah, this is Mars and Gemini here, and this is just Mars, period. And with it being in retrograde, geez, Aries. But this is your ruler. You know, this is so don't panic. Because your ruler just wants you to see things for what they, you know, out with this, while you're in this situation here, let's see it for what it is. You know, what growth is trying to come from here. You know, I don't know what the severity of this situation is, but hopefully it's not bad enough. You're here, you know, watching this, so hopefully it's not anything too crazy. But whatever this Tower moment is, let's make sure that we're addressing it, because all the Tower is doing, this right here, absolutely, a Tower moment totally makes sense, because this is something that it's going to take some fresh thinking. You know, we're going to need to get rid of some old ways and really kind of embody this stuff. And don't be afraid of this change. You know, this is not something that is trying to just like happen to you. This is something to try to get you to grow. So just keep that in mind, Aries, when we're going through this, and hopefully that'll get you through that okay. Now, let's get into what we should focus on, what we could be focusing on for the future. Higher self, what are some things that Aries could be focusing on for the future? Going this, now that the Tower has reared its head. Oh, look at that, hubby showed up. King of Cups. And you know what? I feel like with the King of Cups popping up, I love this, Aries. I love when couples show up together. So with the King of Cups popping up here, I feel like maybe we need to focus on, for some, I feel like it's about finding that emotional balance here, because the King of Cups, his throne is seated in the middle of a body of water. I'm assuming the ocean, because he's the king. This is Pisces energy, so this is Pisces don't play around. But with this energy, I feel like it's about keeping a cool head, because he's got air and water in his chart. Keeping a cool head and observing your emotions. When these feelings pop up here, it's one thing, to let them, if you don't feel like you have any control of this situation, you do have control of your emotions and how you react to this situation. So if this is overwhelming, and you have to be in it, but observe it. See how it's making you feel. What reactions are you feeling in your head? What are you feeling in your body? All of that. Being very receptive of this. And another thing that I'm getting with this energy is maybe that if we're really kind of having trouble, and this is not medical advice, so take it as it resonates. Maybe you need to find someone who you trust as a divine counterpart here. Finding your King of Cups here. I know that this was supposed to be another one here, but this can apply to you as well, Aries, because this is where you're trying to get to. So if you're having trouble with getting your emotions balanced or stuff, finding someone who represents a kind of stable figure for you, represent that King of Cups, and I feel like that's going to help you. That's going to help you get through this, or at least sort of give you that support that you need. Now, let's see what kind of opportunities that are coming up for you, Aries, and what higher self, what are some opportunities coming in for Aries with all of this? Let's see what's going on. What opportunities are coming? Ooh, okay. Page of Swords upright. So yeah, this is a nice end. I feel like the opportunities are going to open up for you when you make sure to stay true to yourself. And keep your truth, like I was talking about emulating here, but making sure that you're doing it at your level. Don't get lost trying to become someone else. Be wholly yourself. And then I feel like because you got this person here, they're ready, got their sword ready to defend here, but kind of looking on their back to kind of see what opportunities are around. He's got earth and he's got air in his chart. Grounding your stuff, taking all your ideas and then grounding them and staying true to those ideals, staying true to yourself. And I feel like that is what a wonderful opportunity. We're going to switch back over. But this is a wonderful opportunity, especially in business. I feel like if you're going to find some kind of thing that's going to, I feel like it's going to be that much more rewarding when you establish this thing and you know that you did it on your own principles. This is all you all day. And, of course, did we have help along the way? Sure. But this is one of those things that you did this. You can seek help all day, but if no one's taking the initiative for this thing, it wouldn't have come to fruition. So take pride in that, because this is all your work, Aries. I like that. I'm gonna leave it there. So hopefully you like that. If you haven't already, let's do the YouTube thing. Subscribe, like, share. You can follow me on Facebook. All that stuff is in the description box below. And for just a better idea of, while you're building your empire over here, Emperor, check your moon, check your rising, and check you had a lot of Jupiter placements here. I know we checked Jupiter last week. Check what you feel like checking. Let's get, oh, you know what? I'm going to unveil this with you, because this is something that I'm entertaining. I got this dice here. Look at you get a little special treat here. I got this 12-sided die and has all the zodiac signs on it. So let's see what you're going to check this week. I may just make this a thing. Check your Uranus placement this week. That's going to be your challenge. I may incorporate this, Aries. Let me see. Let me know how you feel about that. But in the thing with Uranus, with it being an outer planet, just so you're aware, usually there's an app that I have. It has, it'll talk about how it's specific to you, and then usually with those outer ones, because their orbits are so long, it might affect, there's going to be a section that might be more kind of generational. So just keep that in mind as well. But yeah, let's check that. I don't see what could it hurt. And last little big news before I get your surprise card, I started a whole new project. we're working with this energy. This is a time of expansion, but it's a new channel, and it's called the Chariot and Friends. And this is going to be, it was a channel that I initially had made for wherever you had Cancer placements in your chart. But Aries, we love the company. Come on over, because we're going to talk all things. If you just want to, understand, maybe you got some friends who are Cancers, you want to understand how they work, or just love being in the energy. I talk about, lunar stuff. I do different spreads. There's a variety of spreads, and it's going to be based off the moon phases. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you'll come over and enjoy that. But let's see what your surprise card is. Nice. The Hanged One. And look at you, look at all this. So overall, I feel like the theme for your business here is staying true to yourself, and then finding that, because now we went from looking for that wisdom. Now we're looking for that inspiration. We're trying to find that fresh perspective, and we're going to, I feel like enlightenment is coming for you. Hang tight with this. I know we may be in a tower moment right now, but enlightenment is coming. A fresh perspective is coming. Wisdom is coming. And once that comes up, that wheel of fortune is going to start turning for you, Aries. So, yeah, that's beautiful. Stay safe out there. Keep raising that vibration, and I will catch you on the next one later.